Hi People is pleased to present 40 Days 40 Fintechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The 40 Days 40 Fintechs is shining a spotlight on those that are breaking down digital barriers and bringing millions more on the continent into the transactional space and transforming their lives for the better.
I'm Balitumye Felix, the CEO of Computing Palace Technologies, a company that gave birth to an e-commerce platform called Her Duuka, a women's e-commerce platform. We began this platform within the COVID season when we saw there was need to empower businesses, more so focusing on the ladies, because there are many women entrepreneurs who were having businesses, but they needed to be promoted. And this kind of promotion was meant to be digital, so it gave birth to this e-commerce platform called Her Duuka. At the moment, Her Duuka is online. You can access it by going to www.herduuka.com, and when you reach on, it has different tabs, like one where you can join as a seller, you can join as a, you can buy, you can join as a seller, you can be a partner, all in the interest of building a big ecosystem to support this platform of Her Duuka. First, we register suppliers. Now, the things which are on Her Duuka are all for different people who are having their own businesses. To me, as a person who wants to buy, when I go straight to Her Duuka, I tap on the product that I need, then they prompt me to put my details and also the product that I need to buy, since the details are already in. So when they pop up, then for you give us more of your address, your payment mode, and after that you submit. On submitting, we follow you up, one, through how we are going to deliver the product to you, two, how the payments will be made. But for the payments, since we have different ways of paying, you can pay through mobile money, you can pay cash at delivery, and you can also use bank transfer. So that mode, it goes back to which mode is simpler for you or easier for you. And that's how somebody enrolls for Her Duuka, one as a supplier, two as a buyer. And it is not mandatory that every time you want to buy, you'll have to create an account. No, you create it one time, just like the supplier. So that makes it life easier for anyone who is using Her Duuka. When you go to the clientele of Her Duuka, we have more of women selling, because right now what is online is our version 2. But since we launched, we've had about 500 people register for the businesses, while the sales have been from both men and the women. So at the state which we are on right now, when you go online, this is the version 2 of Her Duuka, and many people are registering. But our focus right now has been moving from the conventional businesses whereby somebody has his own shop, to even people who are not having shops. Like you can be having your business and maybe it's a hostel business. Like we have some students who are selling things, but they chose to register and be a part of it because they want to make money, but they don't have room for the business, money to have a shop, something like that. Now that is what Her Duuka is addressing. So more of the people who are selling are women. The buyers are mixed, both men and women. But we are having an outcry from men also saying, since this is for women, we also want to make sure we are having our businesses on. And that is something that is subject to discussion as a team, but want to maintain the brand, making sure women are taking front lead. All people who are on this platform, most of them, even those ones who have been able to buy things, you realize most of them are using mobile money to pay. Secondly, when you're registering as a supplier on this Her Duuka, we get to create for you an account which has a portal that helps you manage your daily transactions, your expenditure. In other words, it has an inbuilt financial management platform. And to us, we count that as another way of empowering women in financial inclusion. Lastly, whenever we are enrolling people on this platform, or the ladies, most of those ones who sell, who are having businesses, we have a time for digital literacy skills, because some of these platforms which are aiming at financial inclusion, people need to have some digital literacy skills, and that's how Her Duuka is helping out people, the ladies. I think one which is really a good challenge is that now there are many e-commerce platforms, which is a good challenge, because now it helps us be on the top of the game to know that you're meant to deliver what you're promising the people. The other challenge is now the negative mindset which some people are having due to some e-commerce platforms where they have been duped from. Some have got negative experience. So even if you're introducing it to the people, sometimes someone will first tell you, let's hope you're not scammers also, such things. The other challenge is the empowerment, financial empowerment, because you realize that such businesses, they are not a 1 month a profit-making business. You have to put in more. By the time you realize, you should be a person who is really resilient and determined to keep in the market to ensure that you overcome the financial challenges. So it needs a massive investment. And what 40 Days 40 Fintechs has done so much for us is what we call the massive awareness, people to know. I can call it advocacy, in fact, advocacy for the fintechs. So you find that through being part of 40 Days 40 Fintechs, there's an extra mile that you achieve in line with publicity, awareness, and advocacy for fintechs. To register on Her Duuka or to buy products from Her Duuka, you go to www.herduuka.com.
40 Days 40 Fintechs is presented in proud partnership with Crossleg Technologies, Modus Box, Modular Foundation, and Level 1 Projects.